the stream, the penultimate day of all the action, and we have just 6 teams left in the fight for the lion's share of €3,000. You may know my voice from yesterday's stream the day prior, but we do have a new voice on the stream, not new to anybody who has followed the European amateur scene. This is, of course, Connor, not the same Connor. Connor Mez is here all the way live from Birmingham and somewhere in the wildlands of the UK to cast over Eternal versus DarkSun with me.
The only thing I feel like I'm from now is like the Sahara Desert, bro.
Oh man,
that's the only thing I'm getting right now with how hot it is. But that was a beautiful welcome, Brody. I'm quite proud of you. You've never welcomed me like that, and you've really touched my heart.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? I'm here to give you gas, Connor. Right? That's what we do in life, right? We got each other's backs, and I'm very happy to be casting with you here in this matchup as we go through the final couple of days of VAL Winter Championship action. I believe this is your VAL debut, and what a debut you're going to get as well, because we've got 2 incredible teams to kick off day 3 of action. Eternal, one of I think the stalwarts of Spanish Call of Duty, at least in their domestic scene, going up against DarkSun, a roster that we got to see the other day. Now, look, we'll talk about the VAL Winter Championship very briefly. For those of you who don't know, this is a tournament that's held in Europe for European teams. €3,000 on the line. And again, this is the 3rd day of action. There is just 6 teams left here. And we've got some good names, right, in this tournament, right? We've got No Mercy eSports, Pushing Gaming, FTW, the like, a number of teams that are also kind of being upstaged by a number of teams here also playing. Of course, you've got Eternal and DarkSun. And then finally, the 6th and final team that currently sits in that winner's bracket final, the Manchester Hydra, a bit of a surprise name for those of you who didn't expect them to make it there. So those are our teams. That's where we're at. Now we're having Eternal versus DarkSun. The winner of this match, of course, goes on to face the winner of Pushing Gaming and No Mercy eSports in that losers bracket semi-final.
And the only thing that really is dark in this game is the score that's coming out of DarkSun eSports. They've not even found a single point thus far in Petrograd. And I mean, Eternal, we know these names, Jumps, Fusions, Nvidia, and Torres, Danny. I mean, we've seen them loads of times, Brody, together, individually. We know how these boys play. We know how fantastic they can be. And well, they're just showing it yet again here. It seems to be nothing new. It seems to be all smooth sailing. And Torres, well, currently on a 3 streak, 5-2. Nvidia on the other side as well, 9-3 on 3 himself. Torres and Nvidia are really just doing all they can, and even towards the rotation. There's only 1 player deep in the back, and he's just going to be taken out as well for DarkSun. This is not a good start.
And to be honest, I do want to say this as well, because for those of you who were here a couple of days ago, you will have actually remembered the fact that it's actually yesterday we saw the DarkSun versus the Dark Pirates, and that was a match of just who was worse, right? I'm not going to sit here and take a fat dump on DarkSun, but as a roster, they made hella mistakes when we got to cast them yesterday. Today, off the start of this game, they seem to be making the exact same mistakes. Eternal right into this hard point right now. They are very much ahead of the DarkSun, but this is an opportunity here for the DarkSun to start some points back. They have control of their hazmat build, and they have control of the spawns of this hard point too. And realistically speaking, if you're Eternal, you're only going to put so much more effort into this hill before you go for that next rotation. It seems they've got a couple more players going towards the hazmat building to try and contest this time. But as they fall, you see Eternal start to give up this time and go towards that pool hall for the next rotation.
The only player that's going to be there at the moment, it's going to be Danny, currently sitting comfortably 7-7, and while with nobody around him, it's just his ease right now to rotate. And I mean, initially right now, what you're looking at, Brody, the first 20-30 seconds is going to be gifted because nobody from DarkSun is even remotely there. And I hate to hold up players, but wasted 1-10. This is not a fun start for the boys. I mean, looking for his second here, but he's still not even going to connect to that one all fine. They're going to be taken down as well. DarkSun, this is just not the best of starts. They found some points, they found some great success on Hazmat, but will it continue is the question, and the only thing continuing is the kill feed to be shown from Eternal.
This is rough. This is very, very rough. You take a look at a roster like DarkSun, and to be fair, this is exactly what happened yesterday, right? Where Steve did not have a good game. The rest of the squad kind of got punished for it, but it's not just him, right? It's the Spanish Reedy, 4-12. Loki's not doing all that well, but do anything at 8-9, and of course G4 as well, 11-12. This is just not a good performance all around for a DarkSun. Only 1 player positive on the entire roster, and it is being reflected in the scoreline. But you look on the flip, we'll be positive right now. Torres, Nvidia, and these are all names that you will know if you follow Call of Duty. 13 and 6, 15 and 8. Danny up there too at 10 and 8. Everybody on this roster is having a good time. Nvidian picks up 2 inside the hard point. Eternal right now are crushing this game. They are making this one look very, very easy. And to be honest, I'm not all that surprised. Again, I don't want to take this time really to just take a big dump on DarkSun, but realistically speaking, you take a look at the caliber of teams they've had to play in the bracket so far. This is a very, very different experience. Eternal are a very experienced squad. They've played in these amateur leagues for a long time. They've been getting relatively high placements for a long time. This is a different beast to what they've played so far in this tournament.
Yeah, and when you come up against beasts and, predators like these, you're not going to have a fun outcome, especially in a respawn like Hardpoint, St. Petrograd, where these boys, they're so well diverse, know how to play it. They've been, together for how long as a team? They're a solid 5 to 4-4 roster at the moment, so even so, coming up against this, it's going to be tough, even on the best of days that you're going to have. And it's not a best of day, it is just DarkSun eSports right now. There is no sun out. It may be out in the UK and it may be hot as the world has let us know, but it's not hot right now for DarkSun eSports. Eternal, though, they're doing a fantastic job at mapping up map number 1. And it seems to be going with a bit of ease as well. This might just be the 100-point club, bro.
Oh, it's definitely going to be 100-point club if this continues. As is, Eternal are just walking all over the DarkSun. You take a look at that rotation, 2 jumps, loses the one-on-one engagement, and now there might be some hope at the light at the end of the tunnel from the DarkSun, which is, I guess, a little bit of a weird sentence to say, but DarkSun right now, they're 20 points shy of losing this game. They need a pitch-perfect hardpoint from here on out. And I just don't expect it. The kill feed is lighting up yellow as Eternal starting to move and encroach onto this hard point, which DarkSun currently have the spawns for Nvidia now. On a 5 spray, what can he do to contribute to the squad as Eternal start to make their move forward? Apparently not all that much. Eternal, though, still putting the pressure on. DarkSun really can't do all that much on the defense, and it's inevitable. You look at Eternal, there it is. They get inside the hard point, they get the kills necessary, and realistically speaking, I don't expect DarkSun to get back in this hard point. What do you even talk about with this game? It's just been Eternal just walking over DarkSun.
To be honest, there's not really a lot you talk about in that game apart from how well Eternal completely played. The rotations, the individual kills, the moments where they're just clutched up, holding the hard points, breaking the hard points when it was necessarily needed. So everything just went right for Eternal right there, and it just reflects in that scoreline. I mean, Nvidian 23 himself, Jumps 14, Fusions 19, Torres 18, and Danny, of course, going huge with 16. But on the other side, I mean, Brody, just look. Wasted, we highlighted him earlier, 6 and 20. Reedy, 9 and 22. Drumsy, 13 and 13. Loki, 14 and 16. And of course, G4, 21 and 19. Realistically, the only player that was doing something.
It's rough, right? It's so rough. You look at those score lines, and it's just you just look. I think G4 is Gaganzi, right? By the way, I'm not entirely sure.
I think it is Gaganzi.
I was confused about this yesterday when I was casting over them where Gagonzi actually went. And that doesn't surprise me, of course, because we have seen Gagonzi play before and we know he is capable of doing some good things. With this roster, I'll continue to say what I said yesterday, and this applied to the Dark Pirates when they played them. And again, I know this is early doors because we've only 1 map in and things could drastically change from the outset here. But I feel like you look at this roster for the DarkSun, and just one change could make a real difference. And I'm not going to say who you need to remove from the roster, but quite clearly something is just not working right now. I mean, fundamentally speaking, the way they played that hard point wasn't exactly wrong. It's just that they lost all of the rotational gunfights pretty much. They lost all the gunfights to defend the hard point. It was a very, very easy affair for a squad like Eternal.
Yeah, there weren't really too much you can take away even on the side of DarkSun eSports. I think it just comes down to the individual play style. It wasn't necessarily there with the boys. Maybe they just need to find their rhythm. Maybe they need to get something going. And potentially, it could be that this is the start of something as we head into Search and Destroy Piccadilly. A map that I've come to love. I didn't like it at the start, but I've come to love it.
Absolutely. You know what? Actually, I think Piccadilly Search and Destroy has been a fan favorite for the players over the past few days. We got to cast Piccadilly twice yesterday, myself and Connor, and we're casting it for a 3rd time today. And ironically enough, DarkSun, they got to play Dark Pirates on this very map. It went to round 10, and DarkSun were able to take it after a very close hard point. We will see how DarkSun play once again here. Of course, they don't have to worry about the sniper of Dono to go up against. Dono, of course, being that sniper for the Dark Pirates yesterday. But let's see what DarkSun can do. Just one sniper, and that's going to be in the hands of Reedy. But Invidian going to kick things off here with that nade onto the Steed.
First blood to be drawn, and of course, Wasted going to be taken down. The player didn't really perform all that well in the hard point. Sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard that time around, but now we'll see exactly what the boys can do. Gaganzy's going to be heavily tagged up in Arcade, but on the other side, Jumpsy and Reedy, they're going to have a nice go of things, so they're going to find one each, and now they're going to draw themselves the man advantage all the way through. But will it last is the question. We do have a sniper out as well, I believe. That's from Torres. Of course, the man advantage down, but the sniper rifle is out as well.
Both sniper rifles still up for Torres and Reedy here. Strumps takes down Drumsy. It is, of course, still on DarkSun to move up the map and get this bomb down. They have their eyes set on an A approach. Loki with the bomb in hand. M4A1 to boot, just being very careful. He knows exactly where Trumps is and wants to get the jump on him before getting this bomb down. But realistically, do they have the time? Well, the answer is no, as Loki jumps on that bomb, gets the plant down. The question is now, how do Eternal react?
I'm still watching. Torres is going to find the snipe, and that's how they react, bro. Did they put it back into their position? And Invidian, he's just going to find two in the round. And well, you wanted a reaction, and you can't ask for a better one than Invidian finding three altogether.
Great stuff there from Invidian. I do know I can't fault it at the end of the day. Brilliant stuff from that player. Very well played. And of course, a great collapse from Eternal as well, right? They don't lose a single player on that approach. The mid boss is just going to jump high, takes out Gaganzy with little to no stress. And it's going to be Eternal striking first.
Well, sort of what we expected, you could say, coming out of the hard point. It's all, I mean, the ball is in their court right now if you want to talk about a bit of basketball in the side of things. But I mean, Eternal, Invidian 3-0. Realistically, that's the player they need to shut down now. Of course, Torres with that sniper rifle can become dangerous inevitably. Drumstone is going to find the first blood in this one. The answer back will be there from Drumsy, but will it be enough? The standard Call of Duty 4v4 coming out before the trade initially is back in for both sides. Now 3 versus 3.
Drumsy picks up an important two-piece. Really follows up with another kill, and now very quickly this situation has turned against Eternal. It's Fusions and Trumps left up in a 2 versus 3. What a lovely nade from Fusion. Know exactly where Drumsy is, places it in front of the car, and the bomb explodes. So 2 versus 2 now, Connor, as Fusion and Trumps have their eyes set on this B-bomb site. Nobody on DarkSun is going to stop them. They will get this bomb down. And just take a look at the minimap real quick, Connor. Just look how separated Loki and Reedy are.
This could either work in their favour, or it could literally fall down like a stack of dominoes right now. And that's really what I'm looking towards. Reedy will be the man on the screen right now, seeing what he can do. He's going to be working his way over to the library, see if he can find anything with his brother in arms. But can he find anything? Jumps is going to find the first. Reedy is going to answer back and going for the second. He's just jumping straight into the library like a madman. No chill on this guy, straight with the challenge, and he's going to be taken down. I'm not too sure about that one. He did have a little bit of time to work with, and that just seemed a little bit overzealous to me.
Well, that is it's something, right? You don't challenge that. Yeah, don't challenge it. I don't understand, to be honest. Fusion's able to is gifted that round, I think it's fair to say. Beautiful stuff there. Fusion's able to close that one out, picks up a kill. And now 2-0 to Eternal. Once again on the defense, DarkSun with bomb in hand. Seems like A is their initial target. Loki, of course, bomb carrier once again to find his first kill. Same with Gaganzy and with Steve for DarkSun. That first blood. Look how pushed up Reedy has got right now. In from behind, picks up Torres. Gaganzy and Loki win their respective one-on-one engagements, and very quickly, Connor, this round becomes a 1 versus 4 Fusion looking for the ace.
He's only got the MP5 to work with as well, heavily tagged up. The bomb has been put down at A. This is a very, very tall order to be asked right now for the Eternal boys. He hasn't really got a lot to work with, and well, he can't work with nothing when he's dead. And DarkSun eSports, finally, they're going to find some life in this search and destroy. They're going to find one on the board. The potential for it in the hard point, I think they just found it a little bit too late, but still, they're not going to allow Eternal to run away with it, just like the respawns.
More Eternal here. finally giving up a round in this one. That was very quick from DarkSun. Very, very quick. Again, I feel like it's not all down to Reedy, of course. You've got to consider the fact that Gagonzi and Loki win their respective one-on-one engagements, but the aggression from Reedy, that's what we need to see from DarkSun. Something ingenious, something new. That's what they've struggled with previously. But Eternal now. Straight back on the offense. And Fusion with a well-placed grenade lands at the feet of Reedy. Jumps, picks up the speed, and Danny and Jump win their one-on-ones as well. And it's just down to Loki, who is again trapped in the exact same place. And it's going to be an execution from Danny onto Fusion. I don't know how that happened, but still a knife to close out the round. Eternal take round number 4. Yet another quick one.
I would have loved to find that, but my cardcaster wouldn't swap over. He knifed him.
Did you just see a phantom knife? The knife didn't connect the first time for whatever reason. It connects the second.
I think it might have been coming out of his body. His potential.
Deary me.
Gagonzi though. Well, Gagonzi is going to have a sniper this time around, so we'll see exactly what he can do. See if he can spot anyone on the cross. He's going for it. He's only got to find a hit marker though. Nothing else can be found as of yet. That cop car, that's just going to blow straight up. Luckily no players for DarkSun was near it. Whoever jumps on the other side, he knows how to blow up these cars correctly. He's going to do so. Find the kill with it as well. And Nvidia with the sniper rifle. And that's 2 immediately down already for DarkSun eSports. Make that another. Slowly but surely, Brody, they are all falling down. They found 1 round, but can it be enough? And right now, I think Eternal are literally just going for the knives.
They're having fun with this one, Eternal. G4. Gagonzi with the pistol in hand. Managed to dip and dive away. Doesn't get the kill though. As Eternal take yet another round here in this search and destroy. And DarkSun, to be fair, they are picking up a little bit of resistance, but it seems like every single round thus far, even though it hasn't technically gone the way of Eternal, I think every round pretty much has fallen in their favour. You just look, the confidence of Eternal right now. You said it yourself, right? They're just running around with knives sometimes.
I think that was the play call there. I think I seen 2 knives, and of course he ran at him with the pistol as well. I think they're just maybe... I think they're finding this one a little bit too easy at the moment. And when Jumps is just going to find another first blood straight onto the head of Loki. Looking for another. Just going to whip that one, not connect in time. Player gets away with his life. We've got 2 sniper rifles out for Eternal as well. I think Torres is running one as well as Jumps, and this is just something else right now, Brody. I mean, if you just look at Torres and what he's doing, are you watching this? Tell me you're watching this. Alright, gonna pop dead silence though. Pulls out the M4 with it. He's not got a sniper rifle, but he's gonna get behind close quarters. Gonna find 1 kill along with it. Looking for some more, but it's all gonna be Reedy and Jumsy left up. Maybe that not actually, because Eternal are gonna... Just don't even know.
Oh dear.
Eternal are just having complete fun with this.
I just feel like they're sitting here in losers round 6. It's just like, what are we playing? They're just running around with pistols. They're having fun at least, which is more than I can say for most games of Modern Warfare. But Eternal right now just 1 round away from taking a dub here on Piccadilly Search and Destroy, a 2-0 series advantage. Can they find it in this round? The answer will likely be yes. Aggression and confidence from them, but Steed punishes that confidence very quickly. Loki following up with another one. Torres may respond, and Drumsy going to make this a 4 versus 2 scenario. This bomb is going down, whether Eternal like it or not. Now it's just down to Drums. 1 versus 4 with a sniper rifle. Can we see a Phase 5 activation here in the Val Winter Championship?
There's potential, but I mean, even this loss, I don't really think it's gonna... Oh my god. Even this round loss, I don't think it's going to affect Eternal all that deeply, and you can literally just tell how much the boys are enjoying this, right? They're completely having fun with it. We've got Torres just doing Torres things. We've got a 360 trying to come out for the phase application there. Things are just smooth sailing right now for Eternal, and you can't really knock it. It really is up to DarkSun to actually try and put a stop to this.
Well, there is still the opportunity for DarkSun to do this. Let's not run away with ourselves here. DarkSun still have some ability, of course. If they didn't, they wouldn't get to top 6 in a tournament as prestigious as the Val Winter Championships. But again, a good start for the DarkSun. Gagonzi lands a nade at the Nvidian. Rumsey and Loki going to put this into a 4 versus 2 as Fusion does take down with Steed, but Torres does fire back. Eternal not done in this round yet, but their biggest problem right now is that the bomb stuck at mid buses. They absolutely know it as well. Drum's left up in a 1 versus 3 here. M4 in hand, a little bit better than the player in the previous round with that sniper rifle of a weapon to have, but still. Jumps a 1 versus 3 when the bomb is down. Only 45 seconds left in this round. This is a hell of a task, Connor.
It is a hell of a task as well, and he's just going to shoot in mid-air just to give away his position, and now he's just going to be lying down behind the stone, just getting yourself a little bit of cover. Because, you know, in a 1 versus 3, that's exactly what you do, and he's just going to run straight onto the open and get himself killed. Listen, there's gonna come a point right now in this search and destroy that Eternal are having too much fun with this. DarkSun eSports are really gonna force this. This is only gonna take 1 round where they can fumble and DarkSun eSports come out on top, and by any means, they are not players that, you know, they will just lie over and play dead. They are, as you said, here for a reason in losers round 6. You know, they fought all the way for the bracket. They clearly have the skill. Of course, they've met a huge matchup here, but Eternal, I think they need to start thinking about closing this one out, otherwise it will get a bit worrying.
It will indeed. DarkSun eSports now need 3 rounds more to take this and tie the series up at 1-1 with Steed. Once again, during that first blood, I believe it might have just spotted out Torres in the mid-buses too. G4 takes out Fusion, but responses very quickly. It's down now to Infidian, a 1 versus 3. Loki is planting this bomb. But Infidian here, it just keeps on happening now. 3 rounds straight where a player from Eternal is left up in a 1 versus 3 or a 1 versus 4. They can't keep on allowing this to happen.
Well, if Infidian can't do this with 30 seconds to spare, we are looking at a 5 versus 4 in the round count, and it's only going to be 1 round away for DarkSun eSports to take it to round 11. And Invidia knows that he can't finish this one out, I believe. I think he's just going to be running out of time. So he's just going to shoot for the body instead. He's going to be running straight down middle. Reedy and Loki, of course, left alive. That time is ticking on down. Nothing he can do. Ring around the rosy around the bomb and get himself killed. 5-4. DarkSun eSports, with Eternal's mistakes, are slowly climbing their way back in.
And I don't know right now, man. I don't know if Eternal are just running at DarkSun, but this is a very, very different squad from what we saw 3 rounds ago. DarkSun seem to have Eternal trapped in a vice. Can we crush them out in this last couple of rounds? DarkSun just need to win 2 more, and they perform a 5-1 comeback against a squad like Eternal. That's going to be frustrating for them. Eternal will want to get this done in 3. Now Eternal right back on the offense once again. They're taking a much slower approach here. Now, Fusion with the bomb, straight to library. And this is, I feel like, one of those mistakes, yet again, because Fusion runs straight up to the library with bomb in hand, no support from the rest of the team. And while Infidian may straighten things out, make this a 4 versus 4, the bomb is now down in yet another terrible place for Eternal.
Yep, Wasted is going to spot a few as well, just at the backup ambulance. So, of course, that call-out's coming in. You see the aggression coming out, but Jumpsy will be wiser to that one. No flank will be coming out this time around. He's going to find one. Loki on the other side going to be finding one as well. Invidia completely pushed up. Wasted's going to clean that one up as well. And it all falls down to Danny. The 1 versus 3, sorry. Make it a 1 versus 2. It's a tall order. 37 seconds left. He's spotted another player. And of course, this is everything right now. They could be forcing the round 11. And it can be, right, it can happen right here. The grenade's going to come out as well. He's going to get away with the bomb. But 27 seconds left to work with. He's asking for a dream here. He's going to find the first. Surely a few missed shots. He's going to find one. Looking for one more, Brody, in the form of Wasted. Can he find it?
Well, the Steed is the player you want to play against in a 1 versus 1. Danny is ready for it. Gonna slide out at the wrong time, goes for the shots with Steed, dipping and diving, knows what Steed's weak, and Danny gets the 1 versus 3, perfectly played, as Eternal are able to trip and tumble their way to a victory in game number 2. Connor, for a few rounds there, we thought that they were messing about a little bit too much, but able to close it out in round number 10. Danny finishes off for that 1 versus 3.
I have to feel right there. I feel like Wasted didn't actually need to challenge that soon. He was in a position where he could have just let that time ride out a little bit. Of course, the bomb had to be planted from the side of Eternal, so there was an option for that to be rode out a little bit. But nevertheless, it's not going to work this time, and it's going to be a 2-0 lead. Search and Destroy looking a little bit closer than the hard point, of course, but Nevertheless, that's going to be it for the search and destroy. But I believe we're going to be changing over hosts, if I'm correct in saying so. So I think what we'll do in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw it to a quick intermission. So anyway, we'll be back with map number 3, Domination, right away.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Val Winter Championship. We are 2 maps deep into this losers round 6 matchup between Eternal and DarkSun eSports. And well, Connor, things haven't exactly gone well for DarkSun right now. Eternal 2-0 up in the series. The hard point was a stomping. The search and destroy was a lot closer, although it absolutely shouldn't have been, because for a fair few rounds, Eternal were kind of messing about. Yeah,
it come a little bit close, but Eternal, luckily, they managed to close it out and secure the W. Now, of course, that's going to force them all the way to a 2-0 lead in this series. And of course, it is the losers bracket, we hate to mention, because loser of this, well, your Val HQ playoff run, it's over. You're going home. Oh, well, you can go and sit out in the sun and enjoy it wherever you're from. But it's only nothing for DarkSun eSports, and I've realised what I've done. I ain't changed over the codcaster, so if you guys are home, completely apologise. This is about on my end. The left side, it is Eternal, and the right side is DarkSun eSports.
Well, right now, it is going to be DarkSun actually in the lead of this game, of course. St. Patrick Domination, I just want to take a moment to talk about this, of course, because we rarely get to see it. We got to see it casted yesterday between DarkSun and Dark Pirates, and it was actually a DarkSun win by quite a margin. So they are proficient at this map. This could be the one which they take away from Eternal. Let's see if it happens right now. DarkSun in the lead early on. They have control of C and B. Fusion trying to challenge the control of C. Picks up the first kill. Unfortunately, isn't going to get any more than that. The attention of the DarkSun away from B as Eternal are picking it up. Nvidian and Danny secure it. And now Eternal, off the back of that move, are going to have a 2-flag set.
Yeah, things are looking good so far. Coming in St. Petrograd yet again as well, maybe. Of course, this was the Battleground 41st hard point where, I mean, Eternal, they really put on a show for us, and they've shown how to make St. Petrograd hard point look literally like it is played. I mean, they literally played like they were playing against like school children, to be honest. It was just so easy for them. It wasn't an issue. The rotations were fine. Everything was fine. And so far, there seems to be a little bit of struggle coming out this time around.
DarkSun struggling here. I mean, they started pretty well, but almost trip cap for a moment there. At the very least, Eternal able to pull out a neutralization on the C flag, and DarkSun being bullied into their half of the map. But keep an eye on Steed, player that we said really needs to step things up for a DarkSun inside the B flag. Not going to do anything of note though, as Eternal wiped DarkSun away. And I think Loki may have just got a cheeky spawn coming in from behind. And DarkSun, there it is. DarkSun spawning over at A. Eternal are going to realise that, but this could work so well for DarkSun, as Steed is over there. Drumsy, sorry, over towards C. Does pick up one player, has one more gunfight to win, and this could very quickly become a great position for DarkSun to be in, and unfortunately isn't able to pick up the kill. Eternal can now pick up the pieces over towards C.
Yeah, still though, we're looking at what they can do. Of course, only 5 points of difference in this domination. This realistically is what we wanted to see out of DarkSun. You know, potentially there is life left in them. They might look to force nothing but a reverse sweep here. Of course, it's all in Eternal's favour to do so. They still will be leading the charge comfortably. A flag though not going to be held by just yet. However, that will be going in DarkSun's favour. But C and B, sorry, it's still going to be held, of course, from Eternal. And with this setup, we know how easy it is, you know, to hold B flag as well. Essentially, what you got to do is put one top restaurant, one top hazmat, and, you know, you realistically are laughing. So to hold that B flag, it doesn't take all that much, but just finding, you know, those one-on-one individual kills. And so far, things are going good for Eternal in this first half.
Loki up top trying to get one of those power positions. Wins the one-on-one engagement, but still more effort to be done here for a DarkSun as they make their move towards the B flag. Again, though, you have to deal with the opposite sides. Player up top, Fusion's coming down with a knife, gets the first kill with the MP5, turns around, still more work to be done, puts the shots in. None of them gonna connect, just jumping about left, right, and center. And being cracked out doesn't work for you there, bud, as DarkSun able to pick up the relevant kills. They're able to capture the B flag, and now back in control of these 2 flags for the next minute.
Things are looking good. Of course, for the whole minute as well. This will be fantastic if they can hold both flags. B, though, seems to be slowly falling away, but with the wave of kills coming in now, there's a potential that they can push for a third, because all 4 have just been taken down. This is where DarkSun right now, they can really optimize this situation. Try and capitalise off it as well, but you're going to see the players rush straight back to A. Make sure nobody got a funky spawn out, and nobody did. Still A and B to be held for, and things are looking good, really. Starting to heat up 13 and 10 on a free spree himself, and you just see that kill feed, Brody. It is looking fantastic right now.
Kill feed looking good for DarkSun in the last closing moments of this game, and as they get a trip cap to close this one out, the ticks will be even better. They're going to get 3 points right now. Will they get any more? They'll definitely get 2. This one-on-one engagement is so key. Stops it before the neutralization, I think, and while Eternal take more points at the half, it is only by 2. That last trip cap, so key. Great stuff from DarkSun, and that's the kind of energy that we needed from this roster. They're looking a lot better than what we've seen previously.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, as I said earlier, coming into this one, map number 1, St. Petrograd Hardpoint, it wasn't all that for DarkSun eSports. But what it was all for Eternal, and even the Search and Destroy as well. There was messing around a little bit, but they still managed to get the job done. Danny with a 1 versus 3 to close it out in the end. Still, though, it's going to be a 2-0 lead for Eternal, but DarkSun, they are definitely looking better, and definitely looking than a bit of DarkSun to what we was probably expecting this domination to go like. There is life left in them, as I said earlier, and potentially this could be the life that at least gets them on the board with a map win, or the potential start for the reverse sweep, but still, that is far in the distance right now. Their eyes are set on this domination only. 1 map at a time for these boys right now. And 1 map, well, 1 flag at a time as it's going as well, because B's slowly going in their favour as they've got A as well.
Vidian puts a stop to that, though, picks up 1 kill. Unfortunately, does actually pick up his teammate as well, so that's not going to help proceeding. Eternal attempt to retake this B flag, but it is now on Torres, who sits in the mid-map, has a 1-on-1 engagement to win versus Reedy. Doesn't work out, actually. DarkSun continuing to put up a fight in this mid-map, and as the first minute of this second half pushes out, once again, the lead hasn't changed for Eternal. Just 2 points of difference between this team. Neither team has been able to capture this B flag as of yet.
No, and things are still looking good for both sides. Of course, only 2 points of difference right now. Nobody really trying to run away with the lead. Of course, 3 minutes and 45 seconds still left to work with Eternal, though, as you said it, Brody. They are, well, sorry, DarkSun, as you said it, they are going to take B flag in their favour, but a wave of kills now is starting to come on in for the Eternal side. But just like that, the answer is there for DarkSun. A trade out. It's all going in the trades right now. Nobody really coming out on top, and still it's going to be the boys from Eternal that are going to try and put it in their favour. But it's still going to be pushed to the edge from DarkSun.
DarkSun now in control of A, in control of B. They have some map control as well. Nobody up top, I will note that. So Eternal have an opportunity here to recapture this B flag, but they have to be careful as Loki looks to filter through, causing some issues for this Eternal roster. But not enough, it would seem. Slide through, gets the pistol kill. It's only 1 player that's currently capturing this B flag, and Vidian able to finish it off. Eternal regain control of Beacon, but a wasted up top, picks up Fusion. DarkSun not done with this flag just yet, but yet again, it feels like kind of at the moment, and this is weird to say, DarkSun are just outpacing Eternal in terms of these fights, right? Because every time, there's always 1 DarkSun player left up to try and do some damage to this Eternal flag hold.
Yeah, but as soon as that happens, the thing to note, you've either got Vidian or Torres, one of the boys, they're just going individually huge on the B flag, and it's working out perfectly for them. Hence why this lead, it is exactly what it is. Well, it's not even a lead right now. It's a tied game, and Vidian is starting to heat up. You see that kill feed, it's starting to heat up all Eternal in the favour. 4 streak for Vidian, and he's just trying to do all he can do. B and C finally will be held for Eternal as well with 2 minutes left. They are in a very good position to try and close this map out and try and take the 3-0 lead. Try and take the 3-0 win, should I say, in this series. And of course, inevitably kick DarkSun out of this tournament.
This is the moment for Eternal. They managed to wipe away DarkSun, and as time dwindles down in this game, things get a little bit more desperate for this DarkSun roster, but they do have one player on B. Once again, it's Loki, and nobody from Eternal is actually dealing with him. Finally taken down by Drumps, but the damage done, the flag has been neutralized. Drumps unable to do anything, and the control of this B flag is surely going to flip back to DarkSun. No, Fusion and Invidian pick up their respective one-on-one engagements, and it's Eternal now trying to recapture the glory of the B flag. Loki, though, he's up to this is madness in the mid-map, because DarkSun here trying to regain control of B, but Danny up next to deny, and he does. Eternal are doing a great job of just ensuring that DarkSun don't even neutral this flag, and they're gaining more and more of an advantage, and with that wave of kills, things start to get dire for a DarkSun, because now they need a trip cap for some length of time here, because there is a big difference between these two teams. It's not looking likely. DarkSun, they're in trouble here.
No, there was a small chance of panic right there from the DarkSun boys. You've seen Loki individually just running at C. Some of the boys trying to go out to A and some going towards B. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Maybe they did just panic a little bit when things started to turn sour. But what did turn sour was that lead, Brody. It's going to push Eternal further on in this playoffs. And of course, it will kick away DarkSun eSports straight out of the playoffs. Commiserations. But it will be the 3-0 sweep coming out for Eternal here today.
Great stuff from Eternal. They've looked pretty good throughout the series, and I think statistically speaking, what you'll find interesting about this one is that they were actually outslayed by DarkSun. If my maths doesn't fail me, in fact, DarkSun actually managed to outslay them by 1 or 2 kills. So clearly, again, one of the problems that I said about with DarkSun yesterday was that they weren't finding themselves all that efficient with the kills that they were getting. This is the same problem here versus Eternal. Unfortunately, it's just one problem too many. It's Eternal able to close out the series. They're a 3-0 sweep, nice and clean. And they're happy now because they go through to that losers bracket semi-final. They guarantee themselves a top 4 placement here in the Foul Winter Championship, where they will face the winner of Pushing Gaming and No Mercy Esports. That's going to be a very different experience for Eternal.
Yeah, 100%. It will be completely a different experience. Of course, they faced up against those sort of form of rosters before, but now it's all different with the changes that have come out as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they shape up yet again. But ladies and gentlemen, for that series, that is going to be it. But that's not going to be it for the night, because we have FTW Esports going up against Manchester Hydra just after this short break.